It's 6:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Fire crews have been called in twice overnight to extinguish a scrap metal fire at Kooragang Island. Firefighters were called to the Sims Metal facility off Cormorant Road just after 7 last night to find a pile of scrap metal which had been cut up with an oxyacetylene torch had burst into flames. The flames were quickly extinguished, however crews were called back when smoke from the smouldering pile impacted workers and operations at the nearby coal loader and shipping in the harbour. Firefighters covered the pile with soil. NRMA Hunter Director Kyle Loades is disappointed in the government's increased petrol tax ahead of the second price hike tomorrow. The NRMA wants the proceeds from the petrol tax increase to go towards fixing Hunter roads. It's come up with a wish list including improving the surface of wine country roads and reducing congestion on Newcastle Road and the New England Highway at Hexham. Kyle Loades recognises the $1.1 billion Roads to Recovery program, but feels money should be funded towards the future.
Motorists should get a 50% return back. So half of the tax that they pay should come back in the form of roads and public transport. That will ensure we have a safer road network, reduces congestion, and will be far better value for the motorist taxes that are paid.
A Hunter Valley coal mine will pay more than $100,000 in fines and court costs over a toxic blast fume. BHP Billiton has been convicted after its Mount Arthur mine at Muswellbrook caused an orange fog in February, leaving 14 people from nearby industrial estates suffering health problems. The company admits it was warned a few hours before the incident a blast fume was likely based on the conditions that day. Today is the last day for Lake Macquarie residents to have their say on whether their local council should merge with Newcastle. IPART has been taking submissions on the controversial idea as part of the government's Fit for the Future program. Lake Mayor Jodie Harrison says it's vital the decision makers hear what the people want.
Local government is the level of government that is closest to its community. We provide a lot of services that could be affected by local government structure, and it's important that the residents who could be affected by changes to the way that services are provided have a say in how those services are provided.
John Street in Singleton will reopen for the first time in 6 months after the revitalisation of the Singleton Town Centre. Asphalt surfacing will be carried out on the final 2 sections today and tomorrow, which will see John Street restored to a two-way traffic from this weekend. Singleton Mayor John Martin says the street opening is good for both CBD businesses and the greater community.
The street has been shut off in sections as the work's been done. And that's been terribly awkward for some businesses, but to open it up to traffic flow is what we want to do anyway. And one of the purposes of the revitalisation of the main street and the CBD, not just for the CBD and the main street, but it's for the community at large.
Briefly, the Rural Fire Service is planning a hazard reduction burn around to the Araring Power Station this weekend, and the Weather Bureau says we can expect a warmer than average weekend, with temperatures to hit 23 degrees on the coast before another cold snap arrives next week.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Knights are set to debut 26-year-old Nathan Ross in their match against the Dragons this Sunday. Ross will be the 7th player to make his Newcastle debut this year and believes he'll bring new energy to the side.
The enthusiasm that I'm going to bring and the energy that I'm going to bring to the team hopefully can help us get that win and take us to the next level.
Meanwhile, Cade Snowden is refuting claims the team had any role in former coach Rick Stone's departure from the club, saying Stone never lost the support of his players. As the Newcastle Hunters prepare for tomorrow's semi-final match against minor premiers the Bankstown Bruins, captain Cheryl Willis is hoping for the perfect end to her career. The 40-year-old is set to retire at the end of this season and has a maiden Waratah championship in her sights. And in rugby union, Singleton are gearing up for a tough match tomorrow when they take on competition frontrunners, the Hamilton Hawks. That's sport. I'm Georgia Moylan.
2 in URFM News Time, 26 to 7.